Hello everyone, this is a Freddy back in with another deck review today. I have a Star Trek deck because I got these recently because I'm a fan and I figured I would check them out and show you, what you get, and you can get these at StarTrek.com. This one is on the original series. It says Star Trek, the original series on top. It says Special Edition playing card set. Zero cards, Edition Special in French. And shows you the ship, and there's a quote here. This is what they read it. They say, the narrator says basically at the beginning of every episode, space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Of course, on Next Generation, they basically did the same. Said the same thing, except they changed it to where no one has gone before instead of man. It says Star Trek the original series on one side and the other. Top Star Trek the original series, Zeta Cards Edition Special. And here, Star Trek the original series Special Edition playing card set. The back you see faces and backs of both decks. Again, it says Special Edition playing card set Star Trek, same thing in French. It says this keepsake box contains 2 unique and distinctive decks. The same thing in French. There's some trademark stuff. Again, it's printed in China under license by Aquarius. Designed in Canada. And it's got a barcode and slides open. And you get 2 decks. We'll look at this one first. This one's got a pretty nice back design featuring the logo, says Star Trek. Even though it is one-way back design, it's very nice. Got some nice artwork, little background details there, little logos, and it's pretty cool. You get the Jokers, you get this guy who I don't recognize. I apologize, I've only seen the original series like once basically, but I will watch it again some point in time. And it's got grayish colors in the border. And this one, again, I don't really recognize him, but it's got reddish colors. The Ace of Spades is, of course, Captain Kirk. In fact, he's on all the aces, if I recall correctly. Indeed he is. Spades and clubs have grayish colors, hearts and diamonds reddish colors. And what you get is, what you see is what you get. It's basically pictures throughout the entire deck, which is fine. King of Spades is Spock, and he's also on the King of Hearts. I think he's all the kings is Spock, yes, Vulcan. But there's no logic behind this, as he would say. I'm not sure who that is, but yes, he is. Queen of Spades. That's Uhura, communications officer. That, I don't remember her name, but she's actually not 100% sure, but I think she is a science officer or something. I don't really remember. And this one is a nurse. Interesting fact. The networks, they did not want Spock as an alien because it was weird back in the 60s, I guess. But they ended up letting them do it. And they didn't want like any women on this show. They didn't want any women stars on this show. They ended up getting Uhura as the one female star. We'll see it every episode. But they snuck in others like the nurses and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. This is, of course, McCoy, the doctor. Dr. McCoy. There's Scotty, engineer. There's Ken Kirk. And again, McCoy. So the decks are just kind of all over the place. And then, what is that, a Gorn or something? I don't really recall. There's Sulu. That, I think, is Sorak, is a Vulcan. That's a weird creature. That is an Andorian. Not sure what that is. There's a Vulcan. I saw a Klingon. They look quite different here. Klingons. There's another. I think that's Spock's dad. This one actually has Kirk and Spock, and that is Chekhov. And you get the idea. Pictures throughout the entire deck. And then we get to the other one. This one says Star Trek on top. You see the SIP. There's a little trademark thing on there. This one just has a TM on there, the trademark. And then we get to the faces. The Jokers, they got two different colors, blue and gray. Joker in the corners and Star Trek in the other corners. And you see some kind of ship. It's got wings on it. It's a bird. Just not sure. It's probably a Klingon bird of prey, hence the name Bird of Prey. They took it literally like that. And this one, it's got red and yellow colors. It's a different ship. All the cards say Star Trek in the corners, opposite the indexes. And here's your spade. Spade on the grayish color. And that's some kind of a ship, I guess, for the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Hearts. The hearts have a reddish color, and there is the Enterprise. Clubs have a bluish color, and again, that same kind of a ship. And again, I guess the Enterprise. And it's on the diamonds or the yellow color. You get more of the same on the court cards. Sips in those different colors. Some of these are hard to see, in my opinion. They're a little bit hard to see. I guess it's because they're taking images from, a 1960s era TV show, so they lose some of the quality. And then you get to the number cards. The number cards, each suit has its own color, and they just feature the Star Trek symbol that you see on there, like the badge they wear. And that's it. There's no actual pips. You just get that. Well, I guess each one is different. So the spade, you just get that with nothing in it. The hearts has this symbol within it. The clubs has this one. And the diamonds has this star. I can't recall which one but each one represents. They probably represent different departments. But I can't recall off the top of my head. But that's what you get. You don't get actual pips. You get these little symbols. Each one is its own color. And that's that. Now, going on to the quality. Again, printed in China. Wow, that one's backwards. Oh, more backwards. What the hell did I do? The beauty of a one-way deck. It gets all mixed up. I apologize. Just bear with me 1 second. That should be it. This one, however, the quality is not so good. It doesn't spread good at all. Not even one does. And fanning, as they would say in New York, forget about it. It does not fan. So these ones, the quality, the first one I opened up, which is the Sips of the Line, was pretty good. Surprisingly. Then I got the Next Generation deck, it wasn't too bad. Then I get to this one, and oh my god, that's just horrible. So I'm going to say, plus, I'm not a huge fan of what they did with these faces. It's fine. Each one has its own look and color, but it's not as playable or usable. Then again, pictures on all the faces are kind of like that as well. So I'm going to say 3 out of 10. No, 4 out of 10. Something like that. It's not, they're not good. I mean, they're fine for a collectible piece, but for usability and, I mean, quality, not very good. Considering it's a nice special collector's set, that's pretty disappointing. So, considering what it is, I'm going to say 3 out of 10. So that is that. Like I say, you can get these at Star Trek's website, StarTrek.com. Of course, check out collectibleplayingcards.com. Use the code VJS832. Save 10% of your order. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time with more.